Everyone, this is your boy Kamal Mehta. So today we are discussing about three international news and one national news related to the India. So firstly we discuss about the foreign news which are as first news about the free condom distribution in the France. Second news about the India doesn't follow the price cap of the G7 countries on the Russian crude oil. Third news is related to the Afghanistan. There are some attacks on the Chinese buildings in the Afghanistan, and fourth news related to the Gujarat and the Himachal Pradesh new CMs in the India. So let's discuss about one by one. So the first news is coming from the France. There is the one news that the France president Mr. Emmanuel Macron says that there will be the all condoms are free in the France, because as we all know that France is a European country, and here are the many visitors from the all over the Africa. We know that Africa is largely affected due to the HIV virus. As we saw that there are so many countries in the Africa, they are affected more than 13%, 15% of the by the HIV AIDS. And France President Mr. Emmanuel Macron tweeted on the Twitter, and he says that it is a very concerning matter, because all of know that these types of the things which governments can't focus on regular basis. If France took a step on this matter, why didn't India took a step on this matter? Because all of we know that in the India has also a less numbers of HIV patients, but as we all know that India has a large population. India have a population is more than 140 crores, and if there is the 1%, there is the 1% rate is also in our country. That's a huge number. So India should also be free the condoms in the India, but that's not true at current time. In the future, maybe it will be the true. And second news is related to the India and Russia. So as all of we know that the European Union and the G7 countries imposed the sanctions on the Russia, and they fixed a price cap on the Russian crude oil, that if somebody wants to buy Russian crude oil, they have to pay $55 or $60 per barrel. If they give more than this, we didn't provide our finance system and our containers and vessels to transportation of their crude oil, and this is the happening in the first week. And today the India declared that India didn't follow the price cap on the Russian crude oil, because all of the world knows about this, that India is already getting the Russian crude oil as a very lower rate than the price cap. So why we didn't follow the price cap? As all of we know that India stands that the sanctions is generated by the UN. India follow the sanctions which are generated by the UN only. India didn't follow any unilateral sanctions imposed by any country rather than USA, because all of we know that USA imposed sanctions on the Iran, so India can't purchase its crude oil from the Iran. So the prime minister of the Russia confirms it, and the Russian state news agency also published a news about this, that India didn't follow the price cap on the Russian oil. And the second news is related to that the European Union says that we didn't provide our container and vessels to transportation of the Russian crude oil if you didn't follow the price cap. So then the Russia offers a very huge deal for the India, and Russia says that if Indian companies wants to make a big container and big vessels for their self-dependent, for self-reliance, Russia will provide them. Russia will provide the technology, and Russia will also helping to them to be carry the big containers and big vessels at the lease. These from many countries like Iran, Venezuela, they are sanctioned by the USA, and they have so huge containers and the vessels to transport of the crude oil, and they are not in the use currently at this time. So Russia buys the containers from these sanctioned countries, and Russia provide these containers to the India in the future. So that is the very good news for the India, because Indian companies can also be dependent on this particular field, because in the past we can see that India have not such type of companies. They were involving in the big containers and transportations in the crude oil, and Indian companies also can be involving in the finance of the international crude oil. So let's discuss about the third news. Third news is from the Afghanistan. So as all of we know that when there is the rule of the Taliban after the USA in the Afghanistan, we can see that there are the few bomb blasts rather than the USA. But today is the news that there is the bomb blast in the Afghanistan. There is the bomb blast in the Afghanistan. It is at a Chinese building. It is Chinese building and near a Chinese restaurant. Because this building is called Chinese building because many Chinese can live there, and if they are coming to the Afghanistan, they live there, they stay there, and the Chinese embassy is near this building. So according to some sources, the news is that there are some suicide bombers who are present in the building, and there are the smoke coming from the building, and the sound of the firing of the bullets also coming from the building. And currently there is no news about any casualties in the building. And now this is the very early news. If there will be any update, we will update the news very soon. And one news is related to Afghanistan, that the Afghanistan and Pakistan have a rift over the Durand line. We know that the Durand line, the border between the Afghanistan and the Pakistan. And the Taliban forces attacks on the Pakistani army, and there will be a rift between the Pakistani army and the Taliban forces, because there are some shooting between them, and at least 6 Pakistani personnel killed by the Pakistani forces at the Durand line. And the fourth news related to the India. As of all of we know that there was the election in the state of the Gujarat and the state of the Himachal Pradesh. So all of we know that Gujarat is won by the BJP and Himachal Pradesh is won by the Congress. So as a current day, Bhupendra Patel is take oath as the Gujarat CM again, because in the past he is also the CM of the Gujarat, and in the Himachal Pradesh, Sukhjinder Singh Sukkhu is the new chief minister of the Himachal Pradesh. So Bhupendra Patel is the new chief minister of the Gujarat, and Sukhjinder Singh Sukkhu is the new chief minister of the Himachal Pradesh. So which news do you like the most? The news related to the France, the news related to the India and Russia relations, the news related to the Afghanistan and the Pakistan relations and the bomb blast in the Afghanistan, or the news related to the India, the two new CMs of the India? Please comments, and thank you guys. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe our channel.